Hey everyone, this is Blaine Akers and this is my calculator app project for ART337R. So let me just walk you through my process a little bit. So I called it myPantry, and the overall goal of my project was just to figure out how to come up with a unique type of calculator app compared to what's already out there. And so I ended up choosing this app idea that I've thought about before, where I called it myPantry. It's a cookbook app where you can go in, you can scan items that you've bought and add them to a digital pantry, and then you can search through a cookbook database that will tell you if you have all the ingredients for a recipe and all of that. And then the main calculator part of the app is just to be able to change the serving size for the app or for the recipe, and then it will automatically calculate the difference in measurements for your ingredients based on if you increased the serving size or decreased it from what the standard one was for the recipe. So I went through, I've got this little mock-up here of my sketch prototype. I just kind of did 10 screens and just really quick basic layout of everything, just kind of quickly sketching what I had in my head. And then here's my first paper wireframe where I kind of laid it out a little bit more, still not very detailed. I added little red words in here just to kind of show what these things were. So I went through and I tested this. Obviously it didn't, like most of the things made sense. Certain things didn't really come through though in my hand-drawn paper prototype, and so it wasn't the best, but I did get some feedback on this. And so then I went through and made this digital wireframe, just pretty much recreated exactly what I had up here, and then kind of tested it again, and things were a lot more clearer. I did add color here, even though it's not a typical wireframe scenario, just to really distinguish what these were, because just having them the basic black kind of didn't look right. So I had this. It seemed to work okay with my user testing and everything. I got a few tips on things I could change, and so then I went and made this first digital prototype. Everything was really big once I actually put this on a phone to see what it looked like, and it didn't quite match up well. So then I went ahead for my final design. I've got it here, and so this is the launch page. I decided to make this button square instead of round. Then you can go through. You've got pantry and cookbook. If you go to your pantry, it lists what you have in here, gives you an option. You can add an item, and it'll bring up your camera, and you can scan something. Once you've scanned it, you can go in and edit what it's called. If you want to change that, you can change the quantity, and it lists all of the basic nutrition facts here, and then you can confirm that. And then if you go to the cookbook, you can view some recipes, and it has these check marks and X's to show, hey, I've got all the stuff for this recipe, but I don't have it for this. If you view your recipe, then you've got this where it shows you how many servings it makes, how long it'll take to make and cook, the ingredients. You can expand this and it'll show you the directions. If you come up here and edit this, change it to 2, then it will change everything. It'll recalculate what all the ingredients and the cook time is and everything. And then of course there's this search feature where you can type in and it'll search. If you have the recipe already saved in there, then it'll show you this little icon. Otherwise it'll just give you a bunch of stuff and you can click on it. But yeah, so that's my app.